fam. Pardon me. I've been a little ill. But I know I haven't done anything on the mourning process. And there's a reason why. Because I hit a block. I hit a huge block. Um Somewhere starting around maybe like Christmas time. Uh, I realized that I kind of went through many of the steps of mourning that people go through, right as you know, right as you're starting to get over it. But in reality, I have still stuck to my normal style of mourning, which has a huge period of denial. The truth is, fam, is that even though I know my mother is gone and I know she is not coming back, there's still a huge space of denial. I kind of feel like I just couldn't feel the depth of my feelings, and I felt like I worked through the depth of my feelings, when in reality, I just never really swallowed them. I never took that pill. Around Christmas time, all of a sudden, like I just felt this huge rush of emotions, and I have been stuck in that huge rush of emotions since. Um, there's this thing that I feel um, like, is this real? Yes, this is real. Like you ask yourself questions and they absolutely get answered within your own mind. The question is this real? And my mind says, yes, this is real. She's not coming back. But it's just still, it's somewhat unreal. There's still a huge spirit of denial because had I really accepted it, I would not be asking myself, is this really real? We're edging upon the year anniversary. And this week I keep asking myself, damn, it's been a year? This is another reason why I know I am stuck in the denial phase, because it's been a whole fucking year. And honestly, guys, it does not feel like it's been a year. In a way, emotionally, the pain feels like it's been forever. But honestly, the time just does not seem like it's been a year. A month, 2, maybe 3. And I'm not quite sure how does one get past that type of denial. I wish I could help. But I haven't been able to figure it out for myself. The point in sharing this roadblock in mourning and healing is just to say that if you find yourself there too, you're in good company. But what I will say is that from the moment that I first felt the emotions hit me the way they did, I have been ill, physically ill. Infection after infection. I'm quite sure I caught the vid again. I'm not sure if I recently just caught the vid again because of the way it affected my lungs. But I know it's not healthy. Today, because I posted new content on YouTube, from time to time I go through my old pick a card videos and I watch them for myself. The advice is almost always dead on for me too. And a lot of times when I do my videos, I pick a group, but when I go back later, I pick another group and I have no idea what's going on. I have hundreds of videos. I have 4 kids. I have a busy life. I don't remember what's going on in those videos, but I watched a video today and it was, this message is chasing you down. Just accept it. You have not accepted this message. So I said, well, let me see what the message is that I accepted. And the message was very metaphoric for my viewers. It was talking about things that are dead that you just don't let go of them being dead, and how holding on to the dead in essence kills you. There's this thing that I'm constantly giving people advice concerning relationships and even real death. If you're in the land of the living, you can't be in the land of the dead as well. To follow something into the land of the dead is slowly killing you. Well, guess what group I picked, y'all? I picked a group that was about not accepting the death of something. In my case, it's the death of someone. And the death of someone is then tied to the death of many things. A lifestyle, a way of seeing, a way of being, routines, comfort, sometimes even just home, the definition of home. When people ask what makes a person be the type of person that goes out of their way to help a lot of people or people they don't know, or to do things that people just shouldn't go out of their way to do for strangers, I immediately know who that person is. As a person that needs the help themselves. And the universe, spirit, God, or however you'd like to title it, sends a message and an energy through this person to help other people, but also so that the person can receive what they need themselves. When you find yourself giving someone some advice, 9 times out of 10, the reason that you can give the advice is because you've been through it yourself. Unfortunately, a lot of times we don't take our own advice. Well, I'm tasked with taking my own advice. And I gotta let her go. And I don't want to. A lot of you know that when she passed away, luckily, we had been talking a lot, and before she passed away, and I was like, my grandfather got cremated and we have his ashes, and I was like, I don't really like the idea of burials anymore, just because of the lack of space. And what if you move away and you want to visit with that person, and she ended up wanting to be cremated, and I have her ashes here. And in recent months, I have resorted to sleeping in the same room as her ashes. I know it's not wild. I know it's not or non-plausible to understand why a child has such a hard time letting a parent go. I've known her all my life, and I've been with her all my life, but she was not with me all her life, and her life goes on. When it was time for her to leave, she had to leave without me. And I feel a certain level of guilt because of that too. You know, we were both sick. We were both in the same place. I was able to leave. And the day I left, you know, within 24 hours, she passed away. There has to be a moment where I let go of the guilt. So if you're feeling the guilt, if you're feeling the pain, if you're feeling the not being able to move past it, sometimes you just have to swallow the pill. And I'm just trying to swallow the pill. And I'm just trying to offer some form of support for those of you that are also just trying to swallow the pill. I know that a lot of you are in the same boat that I'm in currently. So I had an interruption, and I feel like my guys were like, I needed a break, but I'm gonna finish the view or the message because the message needs to be out for me as much as for someone else. Someone else needs this message. Survivor's remorse is some heavy shit. With the current political environment, people fight in wars, and to go to war and to kill others and to live yourself can be very heavy. Survivor's guilt. Why am I here? Why did I get to stay and they didn't? Especially if you fought beside someone and they passed and you didn't. It can be very heavy on the spirit just because of the attachment. Survivor's remorse says that you have an attachment to someone who has passed on. You can't go with them. You can't go in place of them. You can't change what happened. You can't. In essence, I'm saying, I can't change what happened. I couldn't have gone with her. I couldn't have gone in place of her. I cannot change what happened, and I cannot continue to hold on to that moment, or I'll never grow from the moment. I am going to link the reading that I watched, and I'm going to, in the description, let you guys know what group I picked, because part of the message was like, this person is gone on. You're not in their focus. Like, why are you blah, 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 blah? And it was very hurtful to hear. Because at first I was like, well, damn, she moved on. She ain't worried about me. And I'm worried about her. But what I realized is that the message was saying that her task has shifted. And it's not to be here for me anymore. That's not something I need anymore. Because if it were, it would be here. She would be here. She has done her job. And it's unfair of me to try and keep her here, and also it is unfair of me to keep myself stuck in energy that just does not exist anymore. Now, mind you, her energy exists always. Her eyes are always on me. Her presence is always somewhere around. Her blood runs through my veins. My flesh only exists because it was built off of her flesh. That cannot be broken. But in this physical realm, she's not here. The support that she offered me physically is no longer here. There's new support, and holding on to her support keeps me from accepting the new support, the new things. Every time something dies, something new is born. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm very aware of the new connection that was born after her passing. And I'm grateful for it. I've benefited from it, but I have not fully appreciated or accepted it because it's not her. I don't want to make this like a boo-hoo cry pity party type of video. That's not the point. The point of the message is this: healers come into the world and we do whatever it is we need to do. When we see someone else in trouble, if we can help, we will help. Help is not always nice. Help is not always pretty, okay? Someone gets shot and the bullet needs to be removed. Trust, it's not a pretty process to remove it, but it has to be done, and to do it for someone is life-changing and life-saving. Yet healers are always looking for someone else to do that for them, but the truth is, healers heal themselves, but it's not the same process. To do a surgery on someone else means that you're outside the situation. You can focus on it. You're not worried about your pain or any of that. So you can go right in, diagnose the problem, and fix it. But when you're working on yourself, there's the fear of creating pain on yourself. It's not as easy because you're not outside of yourself, okay? You got to work around the blocks of having to do the work on yourself. So the message for those of you that are in this same position that I'm in is do the work on yourself. It's going to be painful, but it's necessary. There are things that need to be removed. Remove them. Know that removing them does not mean to remove the memory or to remove all the things that you gained from the relationship. But you can't keep the dead around. It just gets rotten, funky, stinky, and it carries disease. And I want to get back. I want to do the things that I enjoy doing. I want to do the things that we enjoy doing. I don't want to avoid the things that made her and I happy, because she's not physically here to do them with me anymore. She wouldn't want that, and I don't want that. And if you're watching this, I don't want that for you. And you don't want that for yourself either. And also, I want you to consider that maybe they left so you could press on. There's always the spiritual possibility that someone leaves so that you can press on. I feel like if you're watching this, that's something that your loved one wants you to know. You're their hope too. They can't be here doing what they used to do, but you can. And they depend on you to do your part. They do what they can from where they are, and it's up to you to do what you can physically where you are. So, um, I wish you all the best. I want to send as much love and strength as I can to those of you who are healing. And also, this isn't just about the mourning of the physical flesh death of a person either. Some of you are mourning the death of a relationship, mourning the death of an identity, mourning the death. Some of you are just mourning the death of a way of being. There's new ways, there's new things, and let's get it. That's it. I love you guys. I'll see you all soon. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you next time.